Okay, so I am a big proponent of paying your bills. I believe that if you have a bill, you should pay it. You should make enough money to pay it, and that's a responsibility that you have because you signed up for that bill. That's why I talk about my Netflix all the time because, yeah, I signed up for Netflix. So if I want to keep signing up for it or if I want to keep the service, then I got to pay it. Obviously, we probably are talking about more bigger bills, like rent, utilities, the car note. If we're talking about bigger bills, then it makes more sense, because those are like super important and they can be kind of heavy on you. So I'm a big proponent of paying your bills and paying them on time because, why should you pay a late fee if you don't have to? Why pay extra money than you have to, in other words? That's it just doesn't make sense if you don't have to. Like if you're in a predicament, if times are hard, I get it. So I'm one of those people, I like to work every single day. And I know a lot of people are like, what? You work 7 days a week? Yes. I personally work 7 days a week because that's how I guarantee that I always have money in my bank account. Because I like to eat, I like to spend money, and so I need to keep money in the bank account. Now, I'm not telling you that this is great financial advice because on the other side, I do save a lot of money. I have a lot of my money. So my money is portioned out. So when I get paid, when I cash out, a portion of my money goes to my savings. A portion of my money goes to my tax account. A portion. So, when I say I keep money in my bank account, I keep the leftover in my bank account. That is the way that I do it. You don't have to do it that way. And I budget a lot of different things. I budget how much I eat because I like to eat out. So I budget every week. I budget a certain amount for how much I'm going to eat out. Obviously, I have the car note payment. Obviously, I budget a certain amount for rent. So when I say I like to eat and I say I'm just spending money every day, it's controlled spending, obviously. But the point is nevertheless, I work every single day so I can keep the bill collectors away. That's the way that I do it. I try to make sure that bills are paid every single day. Well, that the bills are paid when they're supposed to be paid. Yeah. And I try to keep, have my money on the side, have a retirement fund, things like that. Like I try to make sure that I'm still investing in my future. Obviously, I trade, so I try to have some money there too. So it's a lot of things going on. But the point is, I work every single day. Before I went off on a tangent, I work every single day because that's just the way that I am. I believe if I work every single day, then if I have a slow day, if I have a couple slow days, then it doesn't hurt me as much as if I took if I took 2 days off every week, that's 5 days to make $1,600. 5 days at $1,600, you looking at what is that, $300 a day? 300 times 5 is $1,500. As opposed to if I work 7 days, now 7 times 5, no, not 7 times 5. 7 times 2 is 200. So it's about 1,400. And then, you add in, the weekends, holidays, whatever. I make a little bit more than 200. Usually on the weekends, I make 300-400. So yeah, it kind of evens out. Basically, yeah, I try to average about 1,500 is what I try to average. And out of that 1,500 is how I budget. I budget a certain amount for charging, budget a certain amount for eating, budget a certain amount for the bills, and then I budget a certain amount for spending. But nevertheless, that's how I do it because I know making $200 a day is a lot easier than making $300, than making $400. And by easier, I mean I could put in less time. I could put in less time to make $200 than I would if I had to make $300. I can put in a lot less time than I would if I had to make $400. You get what I'm saying? So I'm a big proponent of working. I'm still young. I'm still at an age. I'm still at a place, a time and a space where I don't really have a ton of responsibilities. If I did, then I would kind of change my schedule so that, I'd probably go back to work in the early morning shift. But as of right now, I'm in a time and a space where it makes the most sense to try to make as much money as I possibly can right now. Because there's going to obviously be a time where I won't, Maybe, I'll have a kid in the next year, couple years. Maybe, things will basically change, My rent is super low right now, so maybe rent gets higher. I want to move to a different place. I started doing more vacations, start doing more dates and stuff like that. Start trying to buy more name brand stuff, clothes and gifts and all of that. Maybe that'll change. So yeah, in other words, we'll see. We'll see how life goes. But one of the biggest things that I can also tell you, as a person that works a lot, puts in a good amount of hours, and is trying to accomplish things, I can also tell you something big that we don't talk about. I definitely don't talk about it. Something that we don't talk about is your mental health. And so, yeah, you gotta be careful about your mental health. And especially as men, if you're a man, if you're a woman, I guess it's important for both. But as men, we don't really talk about mental health. So this video is just to check on all of my guys out there. Because I'm a guy. If women, if you need any help, I guess women are there for you. Listen, listen, it's to check in and say, we need to obviously focus on our mental health. So there's a lot of videos. There's a lot of negativity that comes up when you talk about Uber and Lyft. And rightfully so, the companies deserve what they get. They're in a business and they're profiting off of us. It sucks. They could pay us more. A lot of us feel like we could get better offers. We could work less time. There could be more surges. It is what it is, right? But there's a lot of negativity when it comes to that. And if you're consuming that type of negativity, if all the people that you watch, if all they're talking about is Uber and Lyft suck and this, that, and the third, then it's tough. It's tough because you're taking in that stuff. Also, you have your own things that you got going on. We all got family issues at home. We all got real problems at home. Maybe it's that you haven't been able to pay your bills on time. The rent might be late. Netflix might be late. Whatever the case is, now you're having to pay the payment that you were late on, and now you got to pay a late fee. Y'all know those late fees don't play, especially when it comes to rent. So if you're behind on rent, listen, I feel for you. If you're behind on important stuff like utilities and things like that, I feel for you. So a lot of us don't really check in on each other. A lot of us don't really talk about these things. It can get tough, I myself have had problems, in my life, where my T's get crossed, my I's get crossed, and it's like, oh, but I thought I had the money in there, and then I got to transfer the money from here, and then, oh wait, but the money ain't there, so I gotta go make the money. Like, I've been in that situation a lot, actually. I've been in that situation, and it's tough. It sucks, when you're behind on bills, when you're behind on when you just can't take care of responsibilities the way that you want to. It's a tough space to be in. So this video is about sometimes the best option for you is just to take a break. Now, again, this is coming from me, so I can I don't like breaks. I don't like breaks because it stops the momentum. One of the things that I took a break in was my trading, and it just kind of ruined my momentum. Then when I got back to trading, I almost blew my account. So yeah, I'm a big proponent of not taking breaks, but sometimes you need them. We all need breaks. We all need rest. We all need time off, So I just want to remind you guys, make sure that you're taking care of your mental health. That's the whole point of this video, because it's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, obviously, the economy's crazy. The world's crazy. People are crazy. Us YouTubers are crazy. And sometimes, you might feel crazy. But it's really good if you just take maybe one day or a couple hours, or take a moment, take a break, get you some rest. Make sure you're eating right, which is something that I had to refocus on, which I'm very transparent about. I had to refocus on my diet. Side note, I have lost. Oh, I heard something going on in the bushes. I was about to take off. I've lost 20 pounds. I've lost 20 pounds and then I gained 20 pounds. And so, yeah, whatever. So yeah, you gotta refocus, get back at it. But that's the point of mental health. That's kind of where I'm at with this conversation. It's about mental health. You gotta make sure that you're okay. Even if you're not doing it for me, if you're not doing it for yourself, you gotta do it for your loved ones, because they know. Maybe you're just a little bit more aggressive at your loved ones and you don't even realize it. Maybe you're ready to bite your child's head off. I don't know. The point is, they know. People around you know. And if they haven't told you, it's just because they don't want you to bite their head off. But I hope that I can tell you, sometimes you need to take a break. One break. Sometimes you need to take a moment. The bills will still be there. And this is what I say. Obviously, rent is a different conversation, because you don't want to get evicted. I'm not telling nobody to get evicted. But if it's the utilities, obviously they'll turn the water off, turn the electricity off. If it ain't something super important, like dire like that, like if it's Netflix, you can take a day off. Netflix can get paid tomorrow. As long as it get paid tomorrow, it can get paid tomorrow. Hey, it don't have to get paid today. But yeah, man, I hope that makes sense. No, again, I'm not telling you to get evicted. I'm not telling you. Yeah, I'm just saying. See, I keep looking at these bushes because I don't know if you guys can see them. Those bushes right there. I keep hearing stuff moving, and yeah, my mind is. Yeah, I'm about to take off. I'm about to take off. Y'all ever see people that have an out-of-body experience? That's how it was about to be, because I was going to take off. But it's just probably like, actually, I don't know what it is. Let's just say it's an iguana or something like that, or one of the lizards. But yeah, I'm going to just keep walking over here. But yeah, with that being said, man, I'm going to get out of here. If you're not a part of the Telegram community, download the app Telegram. Hit the link in the description. It's a community of drivers. These men and women are some of the people that help me keep my mental health right, because they check me. They check me every now and then. Tell me some things that I need to hear sometimes. Hey, you're being lazy. Hey, you're not actually working hard enough. Hey, we making money out here. Because sometimes you feel like, man, this is dead. I ain't making no money. And then it's like you see them posting, oh, look, I got an $80 ride. Oh, I got a $90 ride. Oh, I got a $50 ride. It's like, what? So yeah, again, hit the link in the description to join the community. Again, it's this Telegram app. You have to download the Telegram app first. Download the Telegram app, then you hit the link and be a part of the community. Do talk in the community, because we want to get to know you. But do talk, because if not, I will kick you out. But yeah, other than that, man, if you got any questions, any comments, leave them down below. But yeah, with that being said, I'm out of here. Deuces.